A little girl was locked in the car by her father for 3 whole hours. As the oxygen inside the car dwindled, she became drenched in sweat and on the verge of suffocating. With her last bit of strength, she called her dad for help. However, he was at the mall, spending time with a manipulative woman and her son, and he hung up on her call. At this point, the girl's tablet was almost out of battery, so she managed to call her mom. Although her mother was in a meeting, she picked up the call. Seeing her daughter locked in the car, barely conscious, made her heart race. She urgently asked for her daughter's location, but by then, the little girl had lost consciousness. Just as the tablet died and shut down, the mother tried to call her daughter again, but there was no answer. Concerned onlookers were worried about the girl's safety. Remembering that her husband was the one who had picked her up, the mother quickly called him. Meanwhile, the man was busy with the manipulative woman and her son, casually mentioning that he was playing the role of a father in planning to buy the woman a bag. The manipulative woman remarked that all she needed was his company. When the man's wife called, the woman intentionally ignored the call and told him how envious she was of his wife. The wife, anxious because her husband wasn't answering, was reminded by her assistant that finding her daughter was the priority. She quickly organized her team to help search for the little girl while praying for her safety. Running out with her bag, she hoped to find her daughter soon. Inside the car, the girl kept banging on the windows for help. The mother rushed to her husband's company, only to be stopped by his secretary, who informed her that the president was in a meeting and couldn't be disturbed. In a state of panic, she pushed past the secretary but found her husband's office empty. Demanding to know where her husband was, she confronted the secretary, who lied, saying he was outside discussing a partnership. Just as she was about to lose her temper, her assistant called to inform her that her daughter had been picked up by her father around noon and might have been taken to an amusement park. The mother quickly instructed her assistant to check the surveillance cameras at the kindergarten and nearby amusement park to see if her husband's car was parked there. She called her husband again, and this time he answered, annoyed because he was having lunch with the manipulative woman. Frantically, she asked where he was and where their child was. He mistook her concern for suspicion and bluntly told her he was with his first love. The woman insisted she didn't care who he was with, she just wanted to find their daughter. He thought she was making a scene and hung up, leaving her furious. The manipulative woman, sensing the tension, whispered to the man that if she were his wife, she would give him freedom rather than control him like a pet. This only deepened the man's disdain for his wife. When she called again, fueled by the manipulative woman's influence, he was even more irritated. He snapped at her, saying he was just out for a meal and didn't need to report to her. He told her not to use their daughter as an excuse to find him, suggesting that if she was so capable, she could come to his company and find the child herself. He ended the call abruptly, leaving the woman fuming. She angrily warned that if anything happened to their daughter, she would not let him off easily. Unbeknownst to him, the little girl was still locked in the car.